Guys, lean bulk diet, full day of eating, so it's about 6:45 a.m. About to eat some breakfast, show you guys where I'm currently at. So I'm gonna hop on the scale here. If you guys can see that. So just got this digital scale. First thing in the morning, down to 188, so that's first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I usually jump up to probably 191, 192 later in the day. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm eating for breakfast. I'm eating 3,500 calories, 210 grams of protein, 420 grams of carbs, and about 105 grams of fat. And in another video, I break down exactly how I got to that number. Let's head to the kitchen. All right, so in the kitchen, got some better lighting in here. Still got some abs going after bulking for about a couple weeks now. And started off with some Trader Joe's waffles. So these are actually pretty carb dense, as you can see. I don't know if you guys can see that. But 2 waffles, 43 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat. So I'm gonna start off with some of that. I'm going to use some of this Kerry's sugar-free syrup. I still have some left over for when I was cutting. And I'm gonna come on over to the fridge, and you guys are gonna be really impressed by this. I've actually meal prepped my breakfast and I wrote the macros on it. So I'm gonna come over here to the table and show you exactly what's in here. So here is my breakfast. We got 2 waffles, 43 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat. This adds about 6 grams of carbs, so we'll say we're at about 50 grams of carbs there. And then here's my breakfast. I made a little kind of like Southwest omelet. I put asparagus, grilled chicken. I use a little bit of coconut oil to cook, and then there's a 4-egg omelet in here. So 4 total eggs, 3 ounces of lean protein, some asparagus, some onions, and a little bit of coconut oil. And I actually wrote down the macros on here. So like 3 ounces lean protein, 4 eggs. So we're at 18 grams of fat in this, 46 grams of protein, and 5 grams of carbs. And then for my supplements here in the morning, I take digestive enzymes. These were some of the top rated enzymes on Amazon. If you guys are going for a lean bulk, you're a naturally skinny guy like myself, maybe you're an ectomorph. Sometimes I find that being a naturally skinny guy, or anyone who has a lot of trouble eating just a sheer amount of food, try incorporating some digestive enzymes into your diet. It's gonna help you digest protein, it's gonna help you digest your excess carbs and your healthy fats a lot easier. So I noticed, like, if I eat a huge meal, like 1,000 calories plus, when I have this, I don't really have the stomach discomfort and kind of that bloating feeling. So definitely try this out. I just take biotin, not really a bodybuilding supplement, more just for like skin and hair and overall energy. And then I'm taking vitamin D3 just for healthy testosterone levels. Whenever I'm not out in the sun a lot, I try to supplement with vitamin D3, as it's really crucial for your testosterone. And when you're not out in the sun, it's actually impossible for you to get vitamin D3 through your whole diet alone. So make sure you guys pick some of that up. And this is just 12 ounces of Gatorade, so this adds about 22 grams of carbs. I'm about to train in about 3 hours. I'm headed to a coffee shop. I'm gonna jump on my laptop and do some work for about 3 hours, and I feel a little bit dehydrated this morning. I ran sprints last night, kinda got a sore neck, my whole body's sore, so trying to rehydrate here in the morning, so I'm gonna use some Gatorade for the rest of my carbs. So just calculated the total calories, wrote it down on this fancy piece of paper right here. So we are at 746 total calories, 48 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and 26 grams of fat. So we're off to a flying start here on the lean bulk diet, full day of eating. I like to get about 20% of my total calories in for breakfast, and I've achieved just that. So I'm about to head to a little coffee shop, do some work. Probably gonna have a matcha green tea there for some energy before I work out. So I will see you guys at the coffee shop. About 7:30 a.m., about to head out the door, go to Subculture Coffee Shop, get some work done. Wanted to show you the outfit of the day. So we got black joggers on, got the Flyknit Air Maxes on, really feeling these shoes. I wear these to the gym sometimes too. Gotta wear them as a casual outfit or to the gym. It's got a H&M shirt, Movado watch, a little bit of bling, and my Under Armour hat. I really hate all of my hats. I just haven't had time to go shopping and pick out some new hats. Let me know in the comments below what type of hats I should be rocking. I need to really step up my fashion game, especially my hat game. So My hair is like all fucked up when I wake up in the morning, so I typically just try to throw on a hat, throw on a t-shirt, pair of joggers, get out the door as soon as possible. I hate getting off to a slow start, and I hate working from home when I mean, I could work at home if I wanted to, but I typically like to just go to a local coffee shop, go to the library, go to Starbucks, Panera Bread, wherever it may be, and just knock out my most important work for the day on my laptop. So I'm about to head to Subculture. I will see you guys there. What is going on? It is 11 a.m. I am finally energetic. Got some matcha green tea in my system. Just did a few stomach vacuums. So stomach vacuums, awesome exercise for aesthetics. I'm gonna break it down in another video for you guys. But basically, you just suck in and hold your stomach in, like put your belly button to like your mid-lower back. So you're like sucking in and back, and it makes your waist smaller, really good for your transverse abdominals. And I like to do that before I eat a big meal. And what we are making here, I actually, just like I did for breakfast, I wrote everything on my little Tupperware. So I got 6 ounces of brown rice pasta in here, 6 ounces of chicken in here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add in, got my chicken, got my brown rice pasta. So I'm gonna put in 6 ounces chicken. And this makes it so incredibly easy to prep. I just have the chicken in one container, the brown rice pasta in another. I'm gonna put in some garlic powder. I'm going to do some black pepper. And the good old 21 seasoning salute. 21 seasoning salute up in here. And then I'm going to add in some healthy fat. So olive oil, really high in calories, obviously. 1 tablespoon's got 120 calories, 100% fat. Healthy fat though. Also good for building testosterone. So I got some fat to play around with since I'm doing a lean bulk. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm gonna add 28 grams of fat. And this is my pre-workout meal, so this is one of the bigger meals of the day. So I throw all of this into the bowl. Show you guys a better view. Gonna microwave this for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna track the macros. See you guys in a second. Check out the macros on meal number 2, 52 grams of protein, 86 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, 822 total calories. I'm gonna probably do another digestive enzyme before this meal. And I just shook everything up on this bowl. So I cooked the chicken and the pasta separately, just added it into the bowl, poured in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I added my seasoning, shook it up, and super convenient meal. I'm just gonna drink some water right now. This is gonna be my pre-workout meal. Going to head to the gym in about an hour, and I will show you guys my pre-workout. All right guys, so I got my NitroFlex in the cup, and I wanted to share an unbelievably inspirational story with you guys. I just actually was watching a video about this, and I had to share it with you guys. So I try to kind of pump myself up, get in the zone before I work out, just get inspired and really motivated to not only go for a killer workout, but just really get in my head and figure out what I want to do and really channel what I got to do to achieve my dreams as fast as humanly possible. I had to share this story with you guys. So back in, I think the early to mid 80s, there was this rock band called Anvil, and they were fairly big. They never really reached mainstream status. They weren't like a Metallica or a Pink Floyd or any type of really mainstream rock band, but they had some mild success in the 80s, and long story short, the band fizzles out. The lead singer was still not willing to give up on the dreams of being an international rock star. So the lead singer branches off on his own. He's playing at really small venues and local bars and just not very glamorous settings, especially for a guy who had some success and fame back just a few years prior. So he's traveling to all these small venues, not really getting paid much, has very little money, has really like dead-end, low-paying jobs just to kind of survive and pay his rent. And this goes on for about a decade. So for about a decade, this guy was struggling immensely just to pay his bills and just survive in the world. He was playing at all these small venues, and the guy would not give up on his dreams. And it got so bad that his family and his friends and all of his loved ones and all the people surrounding him in his immediate social circle started to actually call him crazy to his face. So imagine not only like failing to try to pursue your dream, but you go for 10 straight years after, everyone around you is telling you that you're crazy. And it got so bad that I believe about 20 years after the peak of his success, in his earlier days when he was on the band Anvil, about 20 years later, he's living in Canada. He has a minimum wage job delivering food to an elementary school cafeteria. He's still not giving up on his dreams. He's still playing at local venues and just really small venues to try to get his music out there and not let up on his dream of becoming an international rock star. So these amateur filmmakers got news of the story, and they decided to make a movie about how fucking insane this guy was, that he wouldn't give up on his dreams. I think at this time he was in his like late 40s or early 50s, and they have that saying that the average person dies at 27, but they don't get buried until they're 87, because it's kind of a metaphor for how most people give up on their dreams when they're in their mid to late 20s. So I know like most of my friends have given up on their dreams by the time, I mean, I'm a little bit older than probably some of you guys watching right now, but I just turned 30 not too long ago. So a lot of my friends gave up on their dreams by the time they were like 23 and 25. This guy is in his late 40s, early 50s, and he's still not giving up on his dreams. They make a documentary about how insane this guy is, and this is the best part of the story. So they make this documentary about this crazy guy who just refuses to give up on his dreams. And the documentary becomes so successful, and the guy gets so much attention from this documentary that he ends up becoming a huge in-demand music act. He ends up booking a worldwide tour, ends up selling out all these arenas all over the world, and finally, after like 30 plus years of failures and setbacks and perseverance and everything, he finally achieves his dream of becoming an international rock star. That is the definition of never giving up. So, like I tell most people, if you have a dream, if you have something that you are just willing to work for your entire life, not for a year, not for 6 months, not for a couple years, but your entire life, if you're willing to persevere and go through the setbacks and not care what people think of you, you can definitely make your dreams happen. It is a long life, and if you just have that mindset where no matter what, you are gonna go for it, then by all means go for it. But if it's not something that you don't love, if it's not something that you wouldn't be willing to persevere and go through setbacks for, then you probably should pick a new dream or pick a different lifestyle. So anyways, guys, I thought that was so interesting, just an amazing story of perseverance. So I'm all fired up now. I'm going to go to the gym, do a little arm workout, and I will see you guys on the next meal. What's up, guys? So I just finished up a little bicep workout, and I realized I'm completely out of protein powder, so I went to Vitamin Shop. It's about a mile down the road. I got some beef carnivore isolate, and this stuff was only $15. It was half off, so I decided to pick it up. It's fruit punch flavored, so fruit punch flavored beef protein. Sounds kind of weird. Probably the reason why it was half off. Also got some Combat Whey isolate, and this was also half off, so I picked this up for $19.99. I love going to Vitamin Shop because I always have these like a few different things in the store that aren't selling very well. They're usually half off, so I honestly don't care how my protein tastes. Even the expensive stuff that tastes pretty good, I still don't really like it, so I just try to get the most cost-efficient protein. So I'm not going to show you my post-workout shake because I'm just going to tell you about it. When I get home, I'm going to do 2 scoops of the beef protein isolate, so it's going to be 46 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs. I'm gonna add a third of a cup of maltodextrin, so that'll get me up to 40 grams of carbs. So that'll be a total of 46 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, and I'm absolutely starving right now. So I'm gonna eat one of these on the way home, and this is going to be 200 calories, 12 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbs, and 13 grams of protein. And then I'm gonna show you guys my post-workout meal here in about an hour. Guys, watching a little US Open, Murray versus Nishikori. My prediction is Djokovic over Murray in the finals. Back to the macro tracking. So let's see, where did we leave off? Okay, so post-workout shake, had a little bit of Gatorade, had a Power Crunch bar. Those are my macros for the post-workout meal. And then it's good to kind of keep track of your daily totals and where you stand. As you can see, my protein is already nearing the finish line. Need to do the most work for carbs. So that's why it's so important to track your macros. So just knowing that, I'm gonna make sure that most of my meals are really carb heavy the rest of the day. So meal number 4 is gonna be 100 grams of carbs, 28 grams of protein, and 28 grams of fat. So we got 1 3/4 cup brown rice pasta, 3 ounces of chicken, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I just put a bunch of seasoning on top, like garlic and black pepper and some everything seasoning. Pretty basic and boring, but nonetheless makes it really easy to stay on track. And I actually really enjoy the combination of olive oil and garlic and pepper. Makes it pretty good. So, oh, one more thing, the 25 extra grams of carbs are coming from the Gatorade right here. So just something I like to do after I work out, just kind of rehydrate, get some natural electrolytes. So anyways guys, I'm gonna chow down and I will see you around dinner time. So it is about 8:30 p.m., my last meal of the day. I've been tracking my macros all day, as you guys have been seeing. So meal number 5 is, believe it or not, we had pasta for I think the 3rd time today. Change up the recipe completely. Here's what I did. So I was really sick of the whole olive oil thing. So what I did is I added a tablespoon of coconut oil to get me to 110 grams of fat. And then I went to my little chopped basil station here. Threw one of those in, and then I put the juice of 2 limes, some garlic powder, and some ground turmeric. And then I also threw in some chopped asparagus, some green onions, some black pepper, and I threw it into this bowl. Also added 3 ounces of grilled chicken, and this is the final product right here. So this puts me right at my daily totals: 215 grams of protein, 410 grams of carbs, 110 grams of fat. I actually went a little bit over because my girlfriend brought me home a bunch of crazy cupcakes, and I might have accidentally eaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. We had red velvet cake, pina colada, key lime, and don't remember the other one, but it's gone. So I didn't count these on my macros, but obviously I'm a little bit over. Probably that added, I would say, 50 to 60 grams of carbs and about 20 grams of fat. So I went a little bit over. But that's the beauty of doing a lean bulk, is you don't have to be as strict with your diet as when you're cutting. So that is the complete full day of eating on the lean bulk diet. Make sure you guys grab my free workout from Bigger, Faster, Stronger program I'm gonna be releasing in a couple months. So I got a killer leg workout, 100% free, so check it out in the description below. And make sure you guys subscribe. See you on the next video.